One of the questions asked of me this week was from busy and lower productive vice presidents who were telling me that they're not getting the most out of their days, even though they know what they need to be doing, but they just needed some reminders. And so I've put together a list of 15 things that you can insert into your daily routine, your work day, that are going to give you a more maximal output, more productivity in what you're doing. So you can move from the average performer who's doing somewhere between 2 and 3 hours of productive work a day and take that to 5 or 6, maybe even 7 hours of productive work a day. Imagine doubling how much productivity you have, what that would mean for your career. I can promise you that it would take you in a different direction. So let's take a look at these 15 things. I'm going to go through them quickly. I'm going to move me over to the side here and just start one by one, but give you a little bit of context for each. So number one is before you get out of bed every single day, I need you to, with your eyes closed, think about the one person who you will impact that day. Do not open your eyes or move out of your bed until you've decided that you are going to act in service. That's the first thing I would recommend that transforms how you behave and how you perform as a human, let alone an employee or an entrepreneur, irrespective of where you work. Number two, before you get out of bed, I want you to thank the universe for giving you one more day. We take it for granted that we're going to live forever. We're not. Most people walk around thinking they're going to live forever, but you know you're not. But then you get twisted and uncomfortable when things just aren't going your way. You got to be more grateful for the opportunities to get up every single day and be better and to do something different and to inspire and energize and serve people in a very different way. Thank the universe before you get out of bed. A lot of people are already looking at their phones and their emails and their messages at this time of day. Stop doing that and replace it with these two things. You'll notice a dramatic difference to how you feel. Breakfast. Eat your breakfast with your family. You may think that that's strange, and some people do and some people don't. But you'll change the dynamics of who you are as a person when you figure out what do they need from you. And you need to be present so you can have a conversation with them. If you're not there because you're already busy working or you're traveling to work or you're just not able to be with them, then you're never going to find out what they need. And you've got to find time in your day to find out what your family needs from you. Next one, identify 5 people to reach out to every single week. Are you the person who doesn't pick up the phone? Are you the person who doesn't ring out? Or are you actually identifying 3 to 5 people every single week that you can reach out to? And here's the important bit. Send them a video message just like this one. Don't text them. There's no emotion in that. You can't see what they're doing with their facial expressions. You don't know. You got to communicate with that video. So get a video message. Start jumping into that. Caffeine. If you are a caffeine drinker like me, I love coffee. I have to restrict it to a very specific time window because it affects me in a way that its half-life is going to wake me up in the night if I'm drinking it after noon every single day. But if you're that person who loves to get up and get going with coffee, let me tell you, coffee does not energize you. Coffee does not give you that energy pep that people think it does. It is not a stimulator. It is an adenosine blocker. It is intercepting a natural process. And so if you give your body time to wake up and let the cortisol do its natural process, you'll see a massive benefit when you're drinking caffeine later in the day. Delay that 90 minutes to 2 hours at the beginning of the day. This is life-changing. And I've been doing this now for maybe even a year. And I think it's important for you to grasp hold of this one and take it seriously. It will transform how your body is functioning and how your energy is. So you can do those things above. Remember, you want to make an impact. Okay, let's go number 6. Move before noon every single day. I want you to be able to think about a 30 to 60 description. This is my usual process when I'm not sick. So if you're sick like I've been after the last few weeks, don't push yourself. Your body needs time to rest and recover. Put it on rest mode and take time to get your body back to the place it needs to be before you go and do anything strenuous or anything too taxing on your system. But when you are healthy, I recommend that you do the number one thing that's going to improve your mood, improve your health, improve your longevity, improve your energy, and that is to work out. And if you can't work out, just walk 3 miles every day. Just walk 3 miles every day. Get that 10,000, 12,000, 14,000 steps in every single day. And you'll notice a dramatic difference to your energy, the ability you have to inspire others, and the faith you've got to act with service and really make a massive difference. Next one, most people are eating way too little protein. And that's because you've been wrapped up in the fads of the world, whether that's time-restricted feeding, whether that's keto, whether that's Atkins and the Whole30 and every other single diet on the planet, or you've gone vegan, or you were like me for 25 years. I was a vegetarian. That's right. I was a vegetarian for 25 years. If that's you, I want you to think about, how do I get more protein into my system? Because what you'll notice when you're eating more protein, and I'm talking about 30 to 40 grams in every single meal that you eat, you're going to transform the way your body functions. It is the building block for your skeletal muscle, and you need it to perform at your best. If you want to impact people, you want to inspire people, you want to serve others and be in better energy, protein is what is required. Make sure you bring that in. Okay, number 8, drink more water. Yes. Now, your water can be filled with hydrogen if you like. I don't mind that. If you want to take some of these, what do they call? Well, they call them liquid IV. I think liquid IV is actually not a good idea. If you take a look at the ingredients of that, I would avoid it. But there are other options, whether that's AF or that's LMNT. Take a look at the ones that are going to work for you. If you want to put anything in your water, it's those. Scientifically, there's not a lot of evidence for anything else. Water is still as good as anything else, but if it has hydrogen in it, it may be something for you to consider. The main thing is you drink half your body weight in ounces. So let's say you are 150 pounds. You should be aiming for 75 fluid ounces of water today. Get that in you. You'll notice a dramatic difference, not just the way you feel, but the way you look as well. That will be a good transformation for you. Okay, let's keep going here. Take more breaks. Yeah, most people are not breaking. You've got back-to-back meetings. You're running late from one meeting to the next. And I know this because I even work with clients who coach with me. And straight after the call, they'll go into their next back-to-back meeting on a completely different topic. So whenever we can, we'll put a little buffer in, 5 to 6 minutes to give them a break, to breathe, to go outside, to step up, to leave the topics that we talked about, and then focus on how can they bring the best of them into their next meetings. If you are doing back-to-back meetings, always end your meeting 5 minutes early so you can stretch and breathe and move your body and become focused on the next meeting. Rather than taking the old meeting into the next one, you batter those things into the next, and you're going to be in a low productivity state. By the way, I'm a big advocate of less meetings, a big advocate of meetings with less people. So think about those things too. If you're only doing a few minutes every hour, I also want you to take a dedicated 45-minute lunch break. If you can get it to an hour, even better. If you can do that outside, even better. I know in some parts of the world, it'll either be too freaking cold or too wet or too windy, and there'll be some kind of reason for you not to do it. But I do think this is going to transform the way you feel about yourself. So do that. I do put in there 6 to 8 weeks time off every year. That means taking a break from all the things that cause you those high levels of cortisol and stress, which is typically your work, and also working after hours and at the weekends when you should be recovering, recharging, refreshing, rejuvenating, rejoicing in the life that you have, having reverence for that, spending time with the people you love the most, rather than focus on just got that one thing to do. So schedule your days and weeks accordingly so you can get more off. But yeah, take more time off. And if you can't, negotiate with your company about how you could do that. This is something I work with my community, and they get to the point where they can take those 6 weeks off. And then we're going to book them in at the beginning of the year before you think about going to work. So powerful stuff too. Celebrate birthdays. Make sure you find somebody to celebrate their birthday with every single day. Just send somebody a happy birthday message. It's easy to do. If you're on any digital platform like the one you're watching me on right now, you can find somebody's birthday. Just wish them a happy birthday. Give, act in service, help people, be nice. It's nice to be nice. Didn't your mum tell you that? Be kind. Wouldn't it love it if people said happy birthday to you? Yeah, I turned 50 last year. Nobody said happy birthday to me. And I was like, oh, maybe what did I do wrong? It doesn't matter that they don't, but it's because that they don't hold my standard. I have my standard, which is to say happy birthday every single day to people I do know and people I don't. So good to do that too. Make sure you write your thoughts down on paper. That's number 11 here. The reason why you want to write your thoughts down on paper is because you want to get them out of your head. Having them in your head is a really bad idea. Empty them out. And if somebody has trouble sleeping because you can't get to sleep because of all the things you're thinking about, writing your thoughts down on paper is going to get them out of your head and give you an opportunity to actually sleep with more rest. So try this out, but you should write your thoughts on paper throughout the day. Don't just do them at one time of the day. Find time just to write what you're thinking about, get those thoughts out and take a look at them outside of you. And don't attach any more meaning than you need to. See things as they are, not any worse than they are. Meditate or pray twice a day. Yeah, find some time every single day for 3 to 5 minutes if need be, just to close your eyes and breathe and pray. If you are connected to religion, practice your religion. Get into the prayer and have your prayer every single day. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to be judged for that. These are your beliefs and it's your life and you do with it what you like. But I do recommend you meditate or you pray twice a day so you can slow your system down, Give it the rest. That parasympathetic nervous system, just give it a chance to take a breath from all of the chaos in this wild, wild world out there. And I recommend you do that. 13, you're probably reading ahead of me now, but I'm going through this. Hug and kiss everybody in your house every single day. You'll be amazed how I find out when I work with people. I can't believe that they tell me they didn't kiss their kids or hug them today. At least tell them they love them. So you have to give them a hug. You have to give them a kiss, and you have to tell them that you love them. This is vital. Don't let anybody go to their grave ever without you letting them know how you feel about them. It's a vital part of being a high value human and giving back to humanity outside of yourself. Don't worry about whether it comes back or not. Give, act in service, live your life in service. You'll be a lot happier for it. Hug and kiss everybody in your house. Tell them you love them. Don't forget. Say the words. It's hard. Yeah, I know people who find it really hard to say I love you. You have to tell them I love you. A couple of things left. Write down your 3 intentions every day. At the beginning of every day, write down what are your 3 intentions. But actually, when you've done them, make sure you celebrate them at the end of the day. And if you haven't done them, don't go to bed. Do not go to bed until you've done the things you intention. You know why? Because if you don't do the things that you promise to make for yourself, you cannot trust yourself, and that will erode your confidence. So if you're somebody experiencing low confidence, it's because you're not keeping the promises you made to yourself. And the last one is get yourself outside. I know I told you to move earlier, but I do want you to be outside, even if you're not moving, for 30 minutes as an absolute minimum every day, preferably in sunlight. But it doesn't matter if you can't do the sunlight. It does matter that you're outside. And I'd like you to build that up for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day, finding yourself not in a box, outside the cage in which you live and work. You will notice a dramatic difference on the way you feel. I hope these things start to have an impact on the productivity and the amount of your energy that you can bring so you can inspire others, you can serve them at a different level and take your life to another place.